This week has been absolutely wild, to be perfectly honest, and I'm looking at my succulent, and I think part of it is dying, even though everything I read online told me you don't do anything with a succulent in winter. You water it like once a month. But parts of it are still dying. So, hello and welcome back to the Lion's Den. I'm your host Matt, as always, and I'm screaming into my microphone in the very weird position right now. Because I was trying so desperately to not have the pops and the crackles, but as is evidenced, I'm doing an absolute awful job of that. I really, really need to buy a pop filter. A pop filter, or figure out a way to, I don't know, make a recording situation that doesn't do that. Anyway, yeah, that's how I feel, to be honest. This week it's been an absolute stress, absolute nightmare, but here we are. It's Friday. How did I record this the other week with like very minimal popping? I don't know. Yeah. Where do we begin? Where do we begin? Oh my goodness. The Nintendo Direct was yesterday. No, it wasn't. It was Wednesday night, and I watched it yesterday because it was 10 o'clock at night for the UK, which is annoying. So I had to then skip it, ignore my Twitter timeline, and all of the messages I saw in the morning, and just watch it whilst I had breakfast. Honestly, not bad. Like, if you're interested in the sort of games that they showed off and the series that they showed off, awesome. To me, there was very little that I was interested in. I imagine they didn't talk about Breath of the Wild 2 because it's still being produced. And that's fine. I'm definitely in the camp of I understand that video games are extremely difficult to create, take a lot of time to get correct and to polish, and I would rather that they spend as much time as necessary getting it good and functional and enjoyable to play rather than pushing it out the door and then patching it later like most studios are doing these days, which is just it's not a good it's not a good impression. The one thing that did come out of it was a surprise announcement for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You know, that game that came out in 2017? Yeah, the game that was originally on the Wii U as like a launch title, or a close enough launch title, that then got remade for the Switch, and then nothing. Yeah, they're announcing 48 brand new tracks, or remakes. I think they're all remakes. They're not brand new tracks. That's a lie. Which I'm now actually 100% gonna have to buy the game because I ain't missing out on that, baby. I mentioned a couple of weeks back, I think, that I played Mario Kart 8, my Game Society thing, and was really enjoying it. And then seriously considered buying it again, but then didn't bother because I just forgot, honestly. And I was like, oh, I'll play Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. I've got that single player game, why not? But now they've given me a legitimate reason to buy Mario Kart 8. It's going to be ridiculous because I have to buy the game, which is like 30 quid, 35 quid still, and then I have to buy the DLC on top of that, which will be, I think it's 25. I hope that's for all of them, not just the first wave. That would be awful. It would be so expensive if it's just the first wave. I'll need to check the details. But yeah, I'm excited. Honestly, it's given me a whole reason to pick up the game and to play it again because honestly, the visual style of Mario Kart 8 is gorgeous. The music is fantastic. Some of the best music has stuck in my head since 2013, 14. I can't remember now if it was 14 or 13. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Obviously, when Breath of the Wild 2 decides to come out, I will be all over the floor in happy emotional tears, and we'll be picking that up instantly. I might even pre-order it, which is an extremely fun thing to do, to pre-order a game and then have it on day one. Like, I did that with Animal Crossing. That was wonderful. Right, the next thing in terms of video games, I'm going to a Smash tournament, or at least that's the plan. So I hadn't touched Smash in maybe 2 to 4 weeks until this week, which is like, wow. But that, as I said, that's because I was playing Age of Calamity and having a wonderful time. But I thought, I've got these 2 weeks, so this week and next week, that are absolutely wild at work, and I thought I'll then book a week off because I really need a break and some time. And I thought, what better time to try and go to a Smash tournament than when I've got a week booked off? Because it doesn't matter how long it runs for, how late it runs for, I'm off, right? So I can just die the next day. It's fine. So I thought I actually need to get back into the game and not be absolute garbage at it. Oh boy. So Monday, I just literally played for like 15 minutes just to warm my hands back up. It was awful. I'm so out of practice and the game feels absolutely completely alien to me. And then Tuesday, I was just practicing combos to try and get my brain back into the flow of things and getting absolutely destroyed by like level 8 and level 9 CPUs. And then Wednesday. I went to Gamestock, and beforehand, I messaged one of my friends and I said, yo, can we just snag a dock and play and train a bit and I'll ask you questions? And that's what we did. I didn't do it the whole night because, funnily enough, if you set up a 1v1, other people are going to come and want to say, yo, let's fight. Which actually worked out because, one, we rotated a bit, so I watched them and tried to analyze their gameplay. It also meant I wasn't just playing one person, I played like 3 or 4 different people, so that's also a different experience. And having multiple people watching me and then me go, hi, what am I doing wrong? You get a lot of you get a lot of data back, because if each person has one thing to say, well then 4 people have 4 things to say. And it was really helpful, honestly. I showed off to everyone my fabulous notebook. That's like sad, but they all kind of got it. And I wrote down all of the things they were saying, which was handy. And like as I was playing, I was like, oh, what am I doing that I could improve on? And then like they were saying as I was playing, they're like, oh, you could be doing this, which then I can do in the middle of a match, and it actually helps. So that's good. And then last night, oh my goodness, last night was a nightmare because I went to the gym. Because I need to keep Saturday free for work, sadly. RIP having a job. But I sat down and played for like half an hour. I just thought, I just gotta keep my hand in it, basically. And oh my goodness, the improvement was night and day. I was destroying these level 8 CPUs left, right, and center. I didn't know what they were. I was on it. And to be honest, I think it's because I was paying attention to the notes that they had said to me, like, do X, Y, Z. And I was, even against CPUs, which you can't pick up on patterns and whatnot. It was working, and I was doing a lot better. I was a lot more confident, and I was winning a lot better. So, like, where in the past for a level 8 or 9 CPU I could kind of win, it'd be like last stock situation, I was winning like with 2 stocks spare. I was just like, this is great. I'm having a great time. So obviously it's a whole different story when you play people, because people have brains and can adapt to whatever you're doing and pick up on the bad things that you're doing where CPUs don't. But I hope it means that I'm going in the right direction. So we'll keep that going over the weekend, assuming I'm not dead from work. I might try and also play some people online, which, yeah, that also inputs the whole problems with online delay. But if I can think in a bad like online setting, then it'll be hopefully easier in person when there isn't that like whole delay thing. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I just have to actually book and sign up for the tournament and go. That is probably going to be a really big hurdle, is just going to it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I need something to talk about now. I was trying to consider things to discuss before I sat down to record. And it's really hard when you don't have anything that happens in your life. So, my car's being a bit weird. Pray to God that my car doesn't explode. That's something we can briefly talk about. The car market is still absolutely awful. And I really, really could do with it not being awful right now, because my car is deciding it doesn't want to be a car anymore. So the clutch, we knew when we first bought the car, was like on its way out. It bites really high. It engages really high on the clutch pedal, which is not a good sign. But for the past 4 years, it has stood the testament of time, and it's trooped on, and I'm really proud of it, to be perfectly honest, because it has done amazingly. But recently it's decided it wants to not be amazing anymore, and the clutch just feels worse, and there's like less power in the car, and the clutch isn't grabbing as well. I think it's slipping, which is indicating that it's worn and it's probably going to go at some point, so that'll be interesting when that happens. The thing is, because I can't find a decent newer car to buy, I'm kind of stuck with it. So if it goes, that's bad. But I've been kind of considering just getting a clutch replacement, which is, yeah, it's going to be expensive, like £300 maybe for a clutch replacement. And obviously for that day or however long it takes, I'm not going to have my car, which is also a bad thing. Cue the fact that I've then got a week booked off, so I could potentially do it then. It's kind of that logic of, I might be spending £300 now, but it could save me thousands when I then end up finding a newer car, because if my car is broken, I need a car, right, for work and whatnot. I don't want to make a snap decision and buy a newer car for like 6-7 grand that then turns out to be really bad, when if I'd waited a bit longer there was a 5 grand car that was infinitely better, and That's what I mean by saving money. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it just kind of survives. If it decides to go, or if we think it's really about to go, then we'll get it booked in for a clutch replacement, because whilst 300 quid is a lot, it's not out of my like budget of being able to afford that. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it doesn't die tomorrow when I'm trying to go to work. Maybe I'll talk about that next week, or maybe not. I might not be able to talk about it because of reasons. Anyway, I've waffled long enough. Yeah, sorry, this is gonna sound awful because there's so many pops and whooshes from my breathing. It's like, I hope you've all enjoyed listening. I hope you're doing well. I'm on the knife's edge, but I have good moments and I have bad moments, but that's just daily life, isn't it? Anyway, I will see you all next week. Bye bye.